Hi, my name is Joriak and Afrobeats Intelligence. You know the drill. Okay, so with Rema's a very peculiar component of this industry. He's special, a generational talent, and it's something I've always carried on my head, like Rema, because I believe he's one of the few people who could alter the chemistry of Afrobeats. And over time, he's proven that time and again. He's proven that every project different, everything different. And so, what has he suffered in the last 5 years? He's had 5 years of domination, 2019 to 2024. 5 years of domination, 5 years of leading the charge, 5 years of growing his art and growing not just the music, but growing his generation. He's the touch point for his generation of musicians. And so, what has he suffered? He suffered inaccurate representation. Has he ascended into the top three and made it top four? Has he broken through the ranks? Even after Calm Down did what it did, even after the first album, Raven Roses, did what it did, there's still doubts. There's still doubts and questions about his place in the game. And Rema does not love it. It's a moot point for him, and that kills him because the growth is there and he's proven it. So how does and he's proven it. Okay, so let's go into this. His new project, HEIS, is a very interesting one. The marketing has been in keeping with how he's always marketed. Every project comes with a new branding, a new aesthetics. Every project comes with it's the same story, but told in a different way. So his story. Lost his father to politics, hustled hard, lost his childhood to the hustle, had to feed family, stole his friend's laptop, left the country, and joined the group. All of that. And this is a man who has. Yeah, he's a man now. He's in his 20s. This is a man. I don't call him a boy because I met him when he was 18. So this is a man who has not had a childhood, who has been on the road ever since he was born, and so it shows. And that's why this thing, another anger. I like to see it as an expression of that strife, of that swimming against the tide, of that tenacity and resilience that he's had to show. When you do these things, when you go through survival for so long, you build all of these traits, and also you have a lot in your heart to say because the world teaches you a lot of things. And Rema's learned a lot, and that is what he's been putting in his music. So last year he came out with his Ravage EP, and I like to believe it's a test for the sound that he's currently rocking right now. So last year we had DND and a few other records on the project, and so now we're getting the full deal. So what is HEIS? The background of HEIS. HEIS is the Greek word for number one. It signifies unity, signifies supremacy, sublime art, all of that. And for English, it's like he is. Yes, of course, Rema is. He's him. But with this, it's just one word he wants you to, it's just one phrase he wants you to have, and that is number one. He is number one. And so, what is in HEIS? One time of 28 minutes, and what do we get in he is? The BPM is extremely high. At high octane, everything feels like someone is yelling at you in a good way. So Rema just starts and it's telling you, hey, I'm this guy, and then and braggadocio. So when you combine high BPMs, extremely pacey music, and braggadocio, then you have he is. And so he's blustering. He does a lot of self-promotion. There's experimentation all through this project, and it's pure Afro beats. So let me tell you why I love this project, or the things that work here. First of all, we have, after Calm Down did this thing globally, and Rema's always championed Afrobeats, local. For a lot of people, that might be a lip service, but for him, he's tied it into his career. So after the run he's had internationally, broken the global pop framework, become one of them, you expect him to try to continue to appeal to those people. But with Rema, every campaign is different. He goes back to his cave, goes back to his school, thinks up a new idea, goes through the creative process in the dark, and then when he comes out, Yeah, in the dark, bat. When he comes out, he appears as a humanoid bat, just as he has done, and here we are. And so, what do I like about this project? I love the fact that this project is, it tells a very cohesive story. It's a story, it's a victory lap, a story of self-actualization. Self-actualization in flow. So you're watching a man who says, I have done it, and this is my place in the game. This is the project that sort of cements the fact that I have done it. So there's a lot of money in here, a lot of money and how it's being used in here. There's a lot of hedonism that comes with success. There's a lot of balling. And then there's camaraderie between him and his boys. There's Crayon mentioned and Now I Know as one of his guys. And it's beautiful. So the thing with this project, as I've seen a lot of polarization on the internet, the thing with this project is it's experimental. Experimentation is what keeps us alive. Dynamism is the basic currency of what we try to sell in this industry. And this project, it has all of it. Like, look at Macham. You want to Macham, Macham. Benin Boys with Charlie Poppy, promoting the home front, exalting the home. Benin people are winning right now. And this is a record that crystallizes that. You have songs like As a Man, that's literally about his pocket. And then there are others like He Is, that just hails him in Swahili. Tell him, who's the greatest? You. Who's the most powerful? You. Who's the most popular? You. Who's tight? You. And that's all he's trying to tell us here. I am the man and I am the man. All of these projects designed for dancing. All of it. There's introspection somewhere at the end. Now I know, when he talks about his childhood and all, and then puts that melody in. But the rest of the project, it's raucous, it's harsh, and it can lend itself to overstimulation when you listen to it. And so, all through this record, you get a Rema that is angry in a good way. A Rema who has a lot to say and says it in the most rambunctious manner. So you click on this project, it's a bit of a soundtrack to your greatness. So if you listen to this and you can connect to it, it's literally just saying, hey, I have achieved, and I am balling, and this is who I am. So there's money. He plays the money game here, he plays the status game here, and then he plays the longevity game here. And so what are the drawbacks here? The drawbacks here is the overstimulation can flip both ways. It's either good or bad. Overstimulation. And that's for the pace. This is a man yelling at you also. I love it. This is a man yelling at you also. This is a man this is a project you turn on and then you just go, and that's this guy. So, but for a lot of people, that balance of that undulation that's supposed to happen with a lot of projects, where you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, just to catch your breath and to recover. You'd never recover from this project. It's you hit it on, and then it's full speed. So that in itself can be a drawback for the people who would prefer to take breaks in between. But the only time you take breaks here is only when you pause the music. No other sound gives you, no song, no track gives you a break. Egungun, villain, all of it. You just go. So that can be a problem. And also, he operates within a tight framework. So for a lot of people, I understand thematic consistency. You have one message and you find a way to curate that message and multiply it into multiple tracks. For this one, it's about his greatness. I am number one. I am number one. I am number one. And he sells that, and sells that in the most raucous manner. And so that in itself can, that in itself sometimes can feel overflogged, the message. But in the end, this is experimentation. And I love experimentation. So this project is unlike Raven Roses. This project has teased itself all through. On Raven Roses, you can see Are You There? The entire Ravage EP just threw a lot of melody in, to counterbalance it. But I love this for what it does for the culture. We're in a very interesting space right now. We're in a place where everything is samey. We're not getting hits, and we're not getting crazy hits anymore. We're also not making new superstars. And so if you look at the industry on a holistic level, we're in stasis. We're literally standing still with a lot of activity, but we're standing still. And you know the game, to stand still is to fall behind. And projects like this, as project like this project specifically, is what pushes the boundary of what we understand as music, pushes the boundary of what we understand as acceptable music for an artist at his level. He's earned the right to do this, and I'm happy that he has found a way. He's found a way to not just tell the story, but to lead from the front. This is a project that leads, a project that's packed with polarization, and a project that delivers. Rema delivers on his album, and I can't wait for the next one. That's how greedy I am. Afrobeats Intelligence, I'm out.